Hello, I'm Paul Larson. Silent movies were never really silent. Audiences of the 1920s sometimes listened to a live orchestra in the auditorium, or at least someone playing a piano or organ. A Montreal composer is continuing this tradition at La Cinémathèque Québécoise, a place that shows classic films. And he's found a great deal of success with one of the best-known silent movies, the one that brings down the chandelier every time it's shown. This Montreal composer gives The Phantom of the Opera the gift of music. Gabriel Thibaudeau composed the music you often hear when the Lon Chaney movie airs on television.
What I like the most in Phantom is because it's about music. And it's at the Paris Opera with a soprano. My wife is a soprano. He's playing the organ, I played the organ at the church. What I liked about Phantom of the Opera, of course, is the fact that I was so involved into it.
Silent movie fans can also hear the music of Thibaudeau each Friday at the Cinémathèque Québécoise in Montreal. The pianist has been playing live during screenings since 1988.
First time that I played for a silent film, it was really an accident because a friend of mine, a pianist, was playing over here at La Cinémathèque for silent films, but he just couldn't do it, and he asked me to replace them. And I totally fell in love with that kind of show.
There's no need for the musician to practice playing for each film. Instead, he sees the movie privately for the first time the same day he's going to perform. As he watches, he can hear the music in his mind.
It's a bit like when you read something. When you read a book, you are really hearing in your mind what's inside the book. And I think it's exactly the same thing for me for the film. So I'm really reading it, but musically. I'm really looking at the film and just I'm taking everything from the film because I have to keep it in my memory.
Later that evening, with an audience listening, he performs a complete score for the picture for the first time.
When I'm playing, I'm improvising. So when public is reacting, of course, it gives me a push.
Often the composer has as much fun as the audience does.
Somebody is taking just the wrap of a candy. It can happen. And since it's really silent except the piano, so I can hear it. So sometimes I'm just joking and just playing just one note, and you can hear. When I'm playing for sound films, sometimes I have the feeling that I am an actor, that I'm getting inside the film. I even feel the set. I feel the interaction with the other actors in the film. And after a while, after an hour and a half of playing some deep dramas, it can be so exhausting.
In the early 1990s, the Cinémathèque scheduled a screening of The Phantom of the Opera.
And the projectionist just told me, "What are you going to do with Phantom, which is really special film?" I said, I don't know the film. Then I just a month before, I just rented a video cassette and I saw it. I said, oh my God, I should do something quite special.
He composed music for a piano, a synthesizer, and a soprano. Programmers at the Cinémathèque enjoyed his music so much they asked him to score it for a large orchestra, and he conducted his work for a special fundraiser. This led to a recording of the score for television and video distribution.
I really do enjoy one scene in Phantom. The Phantom is taking Christine to the basement. It's 4 minutes and nothing is happening. So I put the music in such a way that everybody is expecting something. But nothing is really happening. So that's why it's exciting. And then right after, it's the scene that I love the best, is where he's going on his knees and saying to Christine Daae, I brought you here because I love you. And then the music is expanding like this. I put with my music all the pain that he had. This is really my favorite scene.
A favorite scene for many viewers is the unmasking of the opera ghost.
What I did, the music is really progressing with the organ in the orchestra, and suddenly she's removing the mask of Phantom, and the orchestra is doing just one chord, bang, and then we can see her reaction, and there is a second chord, which sounds really like somebody yelling, "Ah!"
Thibaudeau says the dark film reflected his mood at the time he wrote the music. At the age of 30, he was an unknown composer, much like the character of the Phantom.
So that's why the music of Phantom is quite autobiographical. I was really involved with the character of the Phantom himself, and he knows, of course, that his music is really great, and that he knows everything. He knows that he's really somebody, except that nobody will know it because he's so ugly. He has to hide. And since I was 30, I was not recognized as a composer, and I was a bit sad about that. So I put a lot of me in Phantom of the Opera, a lot of me at that time.
Thibaudeau now conducts his score to the Phantom live at screenings all over North America and Europe.
When the chandelier is falling down on the audience, I'm asking the soprano to yell. And everybody's really jumping on their feet at that, and they have a huge reaction. When the soprano is singing, and then at the very end of that scene, people are applauding. Usually people are doing exactly the same thing in the hall after which is not usual in today's film.
Thibaudeau says he's glad to help make historical silent cinema enjoyable to a 21st century audience.
I can do, for instance, Phantom of the Opera over here, and then tomorrow I will do it again, and it will be a bit different. And a friend of mine can be playing also the piano and doing it another day in another place, and it will be exactly the same film, but with a different mood. So it's making film a living art.
Art Express is a production of Mountain Lake PBS. For more information about our productions, head to our website at mountainlake.org.